Hi everyone, this is Cherry Enchantress, and this is your daily dose for Wednesday, August 9th, if you're watching in real time, but it can also be for whenever you stumble upon it. It's a timeless reading as well. I'm doing it a day ahead of time, and today is the Lionsgate portal 8-8. So it could also, if you're landing on this reading today, then it could have something to do with the Lionsgate. But also do check out the one that I did specifically for this day, the Lionsgate Portal Daily Dust. It's a really profound message with some really great rituals and energy behind it. So check that out. It's a little bit longer, so if the length of it feels a little bit too much to you, you might want to skip over some of the rituals, but I feel like I think the whole thing is necessary, to be honest, for if it resonates with you. Okay, so today I am in a series right now of artistic decks, anything from classic fine art type decks to the more indie and modern art. And this deck, this is the Tarot of the Animal, is a compilation of a variety of artists who all got together and they each created one card for this tarot. And so yeah, my son got that one yesterday. But so there's just a variety of different images and styles. And I thought I would use this one today. Also, more interested in paintings than the digital photorealistic type, but I'll probably stick mostly with the painting type, but everything seems to be digital these days anyway. Let's see what we get. So we're going to do a 3-card general collective message and see what comes up for you. And we have the 6 of Cups. Oh, I took from the top. I didn't usually do that. And, ooh, the Knight of Cups. Interesting. And all that green. And, oh, the Ace of Cups. Whoa, cups, 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 cups. So it's a love day for sure. Very loving, especially with the Ace and the 6 of Cups. Okay, and I'm going to give you a little bit of the artist's interpretation too, and who the artists are, and then I'll go into my message for this day. All right, so the 6 of Cups is by Anna Neves, and the animal is a deer, and she interpreted it by saying, once I knew what animal I was assigned for the 6 of Cups, I immediately had a feeling for the colors I wanted to choose and what species of the deer family. The cheetle deer, with its warm colors, the image itself evolved when adding paint, which resulted in a vintage flair. To represent cups, I chose white flower that has a cup shape, and I thought to incorporate it with the deer in a playful way. To give a greater feeling of nostalgia, I painted the stems in gold. The whole image itself I wanted to portray the doe, fawn, and flora in unison in a joyful way. So the message from the deer is this: life can be simpler, happier, better. Right now, the present with responsibility and chores is filling your focus. So drift away through a past of experimentation, memories, and excitement. Bask in carefree pleasures and emotions that nostalgia can bring. Let them invigorate you, recharge you, color opinions, and educate your actions, and show you new opportunities. The deer are an animal of youthfulness. They're calm and quiet, symbolizing renewal, but with deep connection to tradition, mythology, and folklore. Graceful and giving, we felt that they could be beautiful 6 of Cups. And so this is about nostalgia and innocence and memory. The deer, when it comes out of my charms, is a little baby doe, and it just always Bambi makes me think of this, but it always surprises me how quickly some animals, like the deer, get up on their feet and then just start running as soon as they're born. It doesn't take too much longer for them to be able to get on the move. So it could be something like that too. But definitely it feels like nostalgia and playfulness and connectivity with people, whether it's a love in your life, or siblings or children or something like that. But the Knight of Cups could represent the love in your life, or could represent you. The Knight of Cups is often a masculine who's taking some kind of romantic action. And the artist of this shark is Eric Lofgren. And he says, I've always wanted to be part of an illustrating tarot deck, and I was very pleased to be included in this one. I wasn't sure how to approach this card at first. Putting armor on a shark seemed a bit silly, but as the Knight of Cups is traditionally represented as a knight in armor, and with some helpful input, I went ahead and did just that. I've always enjoyed underwater scenes and was happy to do one with this card. The addition of an armored shark surrounded by treasure and colorful underwater landscape helped to create a nice fantasy image that I'm quite happy with. So the message of the shark is this: immersing yourself in the sea of passion can be a dangerous place. You run the risk of drowning in your emotions, but the rewards are worth every risk. Down here, the world is more colorful, more beautiful, more everything. Something magical happens when you embrace the romance within your soul and give into your heart, if you allow yourself to do it. Sharks are fearless predators, reminding us that there are plenty of opportunities as long as we're willing to seize them without hesitation. Spiritually, they are considered heralds of confidence and strength, so it seemed a determined, powerful Knight of Cups, and that's why he chose it. But and it's action, so it's being in the Yan energy. The one thing, though, I feel there's a caution here a little bit. If you're a masculine looking on and you resonate with this shark, think about this. Like, don't get so lost in your nostalgia of a person that your action only is in your thoughts and not in your physical action. So there needs to be some kind of physical action towards the person. Now, if you're the feminine in this situation, I feel, yes, there will be action, especially with the Ace of Cups here. It looks like there is going to be a turnabout, and somebody is actually putting some focus into this new idea into these feelings that are bubbling up, the emotions that bubble up. So the Ace of Cups is by Jody Horn, and it's the frog. And the artist is saying, my card, the Ace of Cups, means new relationships, new experiences, love, and repressed emotions. The frog represents new experiences. So it's interesting. Maybe even whether you're male or female or masculine or feminine or whatever you identify with, it's possible that these are just energies. Like, one part of you sometimes gets lost in nostalgia in the past and what ifs, but this is saying, hey, it's time for a new start. So whether you're in a relationship or about to move into a new relationship or looking forward to connect to new people, I think that there is a new phase about to happen. Maybe using this Lionscape portal is a good way to move into that new energy and try to leave the old behind. There's definitely things from the past, though, that you can always incorporate into the now. The good things that worked for you in the past can always be reapplied, but definitely let go of the things that didn't work for you and let go of that mindset that doesn't work for you, All right, so continuing with the Ace of Cups. He represents new experiences, and he's dressed as a man and is standing upright and is ready to join the human race. The number 4 has significance to this card as well. It is reflected in the number of the lotus and the cattails. The dove with the coin in its mouth is represented by the figure in the frog's cane. So the message of the frog is this: you are being given an opportunity to share your life and experiences with other people. Some will be worthy of your feelings, but some won't be. But if you don't let people in, you won't find out who's deserving and who is not. Will you bring down the walls or be held back by cynicism? Try to connect and relish in the vulnerability, the sentimental journey you're traveling. Use it as a chance to react to experiences with compassion and understanding. So the frog, so much older than ourselves as a species, frogs are creatures of purity and potential and fertility and truth, and they felt like a great pairing for the watery Ace of Cups, a card where we offered opportunities to create fertility within our own lives, sometimes facing hard truths. So in general, the Ace of Cups is about serenity, openness, and sentiment. And that goes back into the Six of Cups, the sentimental or the nostalgia. But the Ace of Cups is about a newness. And also, I feel like yesterday as I was driving in my car, was it yesterday? Yeah. I was listening to an interesting book. I can't remember now the name of it. But in the book there's a chapter about love and about your heart chakra and how it's important to keep it open, even though you know you've had pain in the past, and even if there are triggers that remind you of that pain of the past, or just feelings or thoughts from it can affect your presence. And it's important to always let your heart stay open and inviting, and even through, like, push through the pain of it and keep it open. And I know that sounds hard or sounds wrong somehow. It sounds like we have to close it to protect it. But to truly get past into your next phase, you have to keep it open and allow it. And that's my pumpkin. Is that Pumpkin? Yeah. She's my love cat. Open the door. And she opened the door. Isn't that cute? So that's symbolic right there. So don't keep that heart closed or locked away. I feel like just embrace things that come towards you. Right or wrong, still embrace it, keep it open, still embrace it, right or wrong, even through the pain, push through the pain and keep it open. Just keep keeping it open, because then the right person will come through. But if you do this open, close, just as at the moment the right person comes along, if you're in one of those closed phases, you might miss that opportunity, or somehow you'll be your own block to a perfectly wonderful person coming through. So that's if you are with a person, or that's if you're looking for a person. If you're with a person, then it's important too if you may argue, you may have disappointments between each other, you may have expectations, you may have your ups and downs every day. It's important, instead of opening and closing every day as you're talking, as you're communicating, as you're going through your life together, is just to stay open every day. Push through any resentments, any hurts, anything that you perceive needs to be blocked or protected or closed. Don't do it. Just don't do that. Just keep seeing the love that's always there. That's the base of your connection. You're always connected. You always love each other. It's always burning bright. Other outside stimuluses can cause you to sometimes want to close it. Sometimes it's even, your person's the stimulus from your person. And you may need some space for sure. And you may need a little time out. But don't close it. Not permanently, or even more than a little while. I mean, sometimes we have to assess, and sometimes we have to think about it. And sometimes it's hard to just constantly stay open. I understand. Like, if it's really painful, it's hard to just stay open. But the small things, the things that if you really think about it, is only just a reaction. It's only your ego. It's not really something serious. Those are the things that you're supposed to stay open through, okay? Now, if somebody's being toxic to you and somebody's being harmful, that's completely different. Get away from that person. But the little minor ins and outs of your day. A lot of it is miscommunication. A lot of it is perceptions. A lot of it is just your own heart perceiving something, then closing it, not even knowing why you're doing it. You see what I'm saying? It's like an involuntary action almost. So be aware of it, see yourself, see why, how, and why you act in a certain way when certain things happen, especially in your love situation. And that's what this is about mostly. It could be mostly about romantic love, but I think it's possible it could be about any other kinds of loves in your life, familial love or friendship love too. It does seem in life generally that our friends are the ones that we often just stay open. We give them the benefit of the doubt so much easier, it seems, than our romantic loves. So if you can try to do that, sometimes we say, oh, she's just that way, or he's just that way, or is that something silly he says, or that's something silly she says. If we can try to incorporate this kind of energy in our romantic loves too, instead of taking everything so seriously or so emotionally to the heart, as a hit on the heart. Just think of it as, but you definitely explain to the person how this makes you feel. To be courageous, be strong, be brave, stand up for yourself. You don't have to fight back. All you have to do is just speak your truth. But yeah. So those are some things that have come through with these animals. I feel like any of the animals could actually be spirit animals for you too. This interesting that we have the armor on the shark, because a lot of people can be like defensive and have this armor to protect them and those ferocious teeth. But also you could be attracted to a person who is this, who's very strong and dynamic but has so much armor around them. It's hard to penetrate. But that's their own journey. They have to open themselves. But you be a good example and show how being open is the best way to go when you're loving. And I hope you like that. Faith, Trust, and Pixie Dust.